Hello, here we are, almost at the end, you guys. This is week 13, class 2 lecture. This is going to be your last lecture, so there won't be one for the last week of school. And I talked to you about that in class. Next week, which is week 14, and that is May 4 and 6, you will have your dictation final in class, and it'll be for about 20 minutes or so. And then, as we did at midterm, I'll take you one by one to sight-sing a mock jury in my studio at the level that your final jury, your final sight-singing jury will be at. So the only difference is that I'm not going to grade you. I've got plenty of homework grades for you for the semester. You've worked hard. I think you've really come a long way. I know that these melodies that we're encountering now are still challenging to you, but hey, if it was easy, you wouldn't need oral skills 3 and 4, and you are going to need that, unless you're music theater and you're off the hook. But my goal here is really to just, for this semester, was to open your ears and maybe open your eyes a little bit too, as far as what you see on the page, being able to hear it without playing it first, and as far as what you hear, that maybe maybe you can start to see it. Okay. So the last two kind of concepts I wanted to go over, actually I'm gonna back up. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was jury prep. I've been talking about you reading melodies out of chapter 8 and 9. The end of chapter 8, that's a super long chapter, and they're hard melodies. Those are the ones that are kind of coming out of the 2 and the 4 chord. And then of course chapter 9 was our complete 5/7 with the new intervals that we've encountered. Chapter 10 is all rhythm. Chapter 11, if you can sight-sing melodies out of chapter 11, you're going to find your jury melodies super easy. So just in the time between your last class and your final jury, don't stop practicing. It's really important that you keep this skill, kind of on the front burner, okay? And again, your final jury is Tuesday, May 11th, and the sign where you signed up for your individual times will be on my board, my actual physical board outside of my studio B115. Okay, so that's my last bit of advice, is just keep practicing. By this time you know what is expected of you, you know the time limits that you have, and just keep it fresh. Okay. At 11 o'clock on Tuesday, May 11th, you can go have a donut and never look at this book again until next August. Okay, but keep it fresh until then. All right, now, this is your last dictation. And the truth is, I won't be seeing it, but I just wanted to give you one last chance to do a little practice before the final. And I'm going to introduce a couple of new things today, just to expose you to them. I hope you do this dictation. There is an A, which is all rhythm, and there is a B part, which is melodic. Again, the more you practice it, the easier the final is going to be. So there were two kind of new rhythmic concepts. I got to talk about one of them, at least in the Tuesday class. I don't know how my time will go on Thursday, but in the Tuesday class, I talked about swing a little bit, and we got to hear one melody. I'm going to put up a couple of links so you can realize how much swing is in your life, and you didn't even know it. But it's all over the place in just tons of songs that you know. I'm pretty sure you know. And the way the shorthand that publishers and composers have used, again, I had you doing this rhythm in class. Because we hear that on a hi-hat all the time from a drummer right before a melody starts a lot of times. And this right here is what I'm singing. So this is a eighth note triplet. I can't do it that fast. It's just that you're only doing two of the triplets. Okay, so in swing, and again, if you're an instrumentalist, you will encounter this having to read music. Singers, I think you just do it kind of innately, but it's good to know what you're doing. And a lot of times you'll see swing at the top. They write it as even eighth notes, but then they'll put in parentheses, if they're nice, that even eighth notes are always played as a triplet, okay? So that's the first thing I just wanted to kind of go over and refresh, because this rhythm that I'm going to play for you is going to have swing in it in a few places. I would actually like you to practice writing it as a triplet, but I just wanted you to know that usually when you encounter it, they're going to write it as a duple, but expect the triplet, okay? Then the next concept is one very dear to my heart. I love tangos. I have for, gosh, probably 13, 14 years now. And that's kind of a long story, but I really, really love tangos. And I've done a lot of arrangements for string orchestras, for chamber ensembles. And the thing about tangos is there's always this rhythm that you hear. And again, I just want you to kind of be aware of these things as you hear them in the future, and you can say, oh yeah, that's a tango rhythm. So tango rhythms are this. So what am I playing? So this is my quarter beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Tango's rhythms are always a 3, a 3, and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And there's a few ways we could write that. I just kind of did the subdivisions here. You can see it's 1, 2, 3 eighth notes. 1, 2, 3 eighth notes. And then it always meets on the fourth quarter for the last two. So you could notate it like this with ties. This is a little more common when we're reading tangos. It's just a little simpler to read. Dotted quarter, quarter. See, I kind of made up a tango bass line. And that's what I want you to be always listening for. My camera's a little bit high, but here's a bass line with the tango rhythm. of my favorite tangos, Liber Tango and Oblivion. They're both by Astor Piazzolla, and in fact, he's playing in the Liber Tango example that I'm going to throw up. And then actually a Russian cello quartet that I had here at Summer Chamber Music Festival called the Rastrelli Cello Quartet. It does the most beautiful arrangement of Oblivion, which is a slower tango. And I just wanted to share a couple of my favorite pieces with you. I think you'll love them too. But I wanted you to be able to hear the tango rhythm. So here is your first dictation, A. It's 12 bars long. And I suggest setting up your page in 3 lines with 4 bars on each line, okay? So I'll just give you a second to do that. I'm going to talk you through this a little bit. There are quite a few rests. So again, it's 12 total bars in 4/4. I'd say set yourself up in 3 lines with 4 bars on each line. And that'll help for a number of reasons. And I have a big reveal at the end. But this is just rhythmic dictation. And the 2 things that I'm going to include in this dictation are going to be a few swing rhythms, and there's 1 bar with the exact tango rhythm, okay? I'm also going to give you a hint that, again, tango rhythms are in 4/4. This part of the tango rhythm is going to occur in a bunch of bars. I'll even give you a hint. This rhythm is going to occur with a quarter note rest, so it's going to be flip-flopped in bars 1, 3, 5. Okay? Just to, it's an end of the semester gift. So, this is going to be my quarter pulse. And I'm going to play all the way through this. Okay, here's 1 bar before the first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So the last bar is rests. I think I'll do it one more time, and I'll do it by 4-bar chunks, okay? So did you hear that? Actually, there were never 2 in a row. But anyway, these 2 elements are in this dictation. Here's the first 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Off, off. Okay? That's bars 1 through 4. Here is bar 5 through 8. Bar 5 is just like bar 1. 1, starting on bar 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's a little bit early on the last bar there, but you get the idea. here's the last 4 bars. So this will be 9, 10, 11, and 12. 1, 2, starting on 9. 2, 3, 4. Okay. I guess that's it. I'm trying to decide whether to tell you what that is. But I think I'll make it a secret and maybe I'll tell you in class. Okay. Maybe some of you will figure it out. That'd be really cool. Here is your last dictation example for the whole year. This is melodic. The information that you need. So, treble clef, F melodic minor, 5 bars long, 4, 4. Okay, put me on pause. Treble clef, F melodic minor, 4, 4, 5 bars long. So I would probably put 2 bars and then 3 bars. 2 bars on the top line, 3 bars on the second line. Here is F melodic minor. Sing along. It's good practice. 4. Directly above middle C. So this is the so that is middle C, that lives in middle C land. Okay? So I'll play the whole thing through. So this is going to be a quarter. 1, and I'll start counting 1 bar before the first bar. There is a pickup. 1, 2, 3. I think what I'll do is I'll play the first 2 bars again, stop, and then I'll start on bar 3, and I'll play bars 3, 4, and 5. This is the F above middle C. 1, 2, 3, 4. First 2 bars. Now I'm going to start on bar 3. Okay. I'm going to play bars 3, 4, and 5. Here is tonic I'll give you a hint. Here's the first note of bar 3. Aren't I being nice? I know, it's crazy. Here we go. Starting on bar 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Now, if you want to look at that one, since again, we won't be doing it in class, if you pop your book open to number 5.46, it's on page 80. I played the melody in 5.46, but I just ended on the 5th bar, and I put the last note as a dotted half instead of going on, so that it just wasn't too long. That'll be approximately the length, 5 or 6 bars of your melodic dictation, okay? So melodic dictations are gonna be a lot less complicated rhythmically than just pure plain rhythmic dictations. Okay, that's all I've got. I have really enjoyed working with you this year under just crazy, stupid conditions, but we're all gonna make it, and I'll miss you next year. Okay, take care and good luck. Bye-bye.